Hello, queens and kings. It's Dana Store Codes, Killer Queen Antique Jewelry. It's been a while. There we go. Let's close that. Let you see the gorgeous coast that I live on. Bit of reverb from the light there. And it's getting quite dark. I mean, there's a bit there. Hey, April, how are you, honey? Let me put the blind down because I think we're getting a bit of reverb from... Oh, that was my kitty. Yeah, books. Good Lord. I'm not going to knock over the Wi-Fi. No. Can't knock over the Wi-Fi. There we go. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Jeanette. Let me turn down this music. Not that we're going to get a copyright strike on it, just to have a... We're going to knock on wood. Tiny bit of a headache. Hi, Hopi. Guys, don't forget to hit the 3 little dots for the thumbs up. Let's feed the algorithm. Feed the beast. How have you all been? April, how are you, honey? I know she's been suffering with a migraine as well. It's not a migraine yet. I'm going to try to get to bed early. Took some pain medication. We're going to try and head this thing off. Oh, doodles. Where's the brooch for that? Is it over here? I got a brooch and matching ring from Scotland. They are Gorgina. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, I got it. Never mind. Hot as Hades. Oh man, no. I don't really care for heat. I like it warm. 75. I'm so used to living in England, I swear to you. I don't mind desert heat. Vegas, I don't mind that at all. I mean, it could be like over 110. And I'm like, oh, but you don't sweat. Dry heat, I'm okay with. I just couldn't live in the desert. I love the water too much. Nah, Ellen, you know what England is like and the UK is like in the summer. If you get a summer. You said it's been raining though, honey. Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio, I grew up near Pittsburgh, so that's called the tri-state. And, well, I hope you're right off of the lakes. She's right off of Lake Erie. So you get that swampy summer. Yeah, it's never pleasant. The humidity's different here, and I think it's because we get the coastal breeze. Yeah, the weather has been yucky. It really has. Not much of a summer. You know, Britain. So while I have you ladies here, and gentlemen, I'm assuming we're not alone. We do get people watching because it's alive. I might have to close the window. Those gulls are so noisy tonight. They're getting larger, especially Chicklet, my singlet that lives right outside of my window. He's starting to get really big and really brave. He's going up onto the peaked roof. She raised him on the flat roof. But he goes up on the peak roof and he like flaps. And the other day it was hilarious. He was flapping and running and he almost ran out of roof and he just stopped dead. And and I was watching him and he turned around and looked at me like, "Were you watching?" And loves to call me Hope Elizabeth every time I go live. Watch him say, "I just got the notification." But I can't open it because my Snapchat that he always calls and messages me on is on my other phone. The one that I record with. Let me see if I can open it on my other device. I love you both, but oh my goodness. You're the inopportune timing. Oh, I think. Okay. Okay, I just put I'm live because he wants to chit chat. Hi, Anna. Oh, with Andrew, I mean, it can be good if he gets that really good job. We'll see if he pops in. Yeah, absolutely. You do. I mean, your entire life. Oh my goodness. Children, children, children. So let's see. What's news? I haven't seen Bob all week. I went to his on Monday. I went to his on Tuesday. He's closed on Wednesday. I went Thursday. And I rang him on Friday. Now I know he has a golden retriever called Amber, and she had to have surgery on Thursday, my dad's birthday. Um, oh my goodness, this child. Mom, I love you. Yes, I love you too, Andrew. Oh dear Lord. Yep, yep, yep. You guys definitely have radar. Mom's in the middle of something. Let's just tell her all of our problems right when Mom's busy. I'm there for you. I swear to God I am. Just not right now. We're losing people. Oh, it went from 11 to 15, from 15 to 11. Come on in and say hello. I don't like to drag my personal life in here, but I do have two children, two grown children that you would swear to God, they're still small children. Not you, Hope. You've been better. You'll see. You're going to be a mother. Anyway, you all didn't come here to hear about my personal problems and my children. I'm sure you're here to see jewelry, because I haven't had a sale for 2 weeks. And to be quite honest with you, I've been so entirely engrossed and busy in packing and shipping and buying and returning. Yeah, that's another story. I don't think I've ever been as disappointed as I was this week. First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my big pieces haven't even come in yet. Hi, Barbara. They were meant to be in today. Didn't come in. Then I got 4 pieces that were either canceled. One was canceled on me, sickeningly, because it was a massive moonstone like mine, but surrounded in diamonds. And I told Deb, if I don't sell it, I'll have one for each hand. I was so smitten by this ring and just obsessed that I was going to get it. The next day, I got an email from the auction house, this is the very first time, and might be the very last time I deal with them. And they said they had to return it and several lots to the family. It was an estate, and part of the family wasn't happy that the items were being sold. So they canceled it, and they had to return. They canceled everyone's invoices. I don't know how many pieces were involved. I know that large diamond moonstone was involved because it was mine. Really, I had a legal and binding contract with them, and what they offered me was free shipping for the next 3 months. What if I don't want to use you again? I know I'll be very hesitant and ask a lot of questions. I waited a month for that ring to come up to auction. Very disheartening. But you got to take it as the universe telling you that wasn't the ring for you, you'll find a better one. That's the way I'm going to take it. That's the way I always see it. If I don't win something at auction, that's the first time I've ever had something canceled. I was expecting the invoice because I pay my invoices immediately. The minute I receive them, anyone who deals with me will tell you, if you send me an invoice, it's out. It's gone. Ellen, they canceled it. They said that there was a dispute among family members because it was an estate. So I guess they took every lot that family had brought forward. But listen, I watched it for a month. What took them a month? Did it take them a month after selling? Honestly, I think they wanted more out of it. And I'll tell you right now, if you can guess, I think I told you what I paid for this ring. And you can imagine this ring, that much gold and surrounded by diamonds, it was a lot more. I paid a fair dealer price for it. Nearly retail. But I loved the ring, so I didn't care. You know, my big pieces, I hope you all know, and I think many of you actually who sell know, and if you don't know, after the time you've bought from me, you do know that I don't mark my pieces up. Most dealers double what they buy things for. If they can't get double what they buy it for, they won't sell it. And if you buy, you know, at a really good price, you might be able to make more than double for something. If you're shrewd. You know, what gets me are the people that buy like thrift store junk and they want, you know, full retail for it. They're not going to clean it. They're not going to do anything else to it. I said it's worth more than retail because I said it was good. We all know who I'm talking about. There's not just one. There's quite a few of them. Whereas if you buy something from me and you look up the retail on it, you're going to find, now I get a motorcycle outside. Okay, thank you. You'll find that, you know, I don't even charge most times half, 50% of retail. Sometimes I only make 20% markup on my things. I'm not gonna die. I'm not dying for money. Polishing a silver frame. Well, actually wiping it off. I should show you what's on the bust first, right? Before I show you a sterling silver frame. Hi, Monica. I'm glad you could come in too. How have you been? For some reason, I think we only see you in lives. Are you not able to make the sales? You don't have to buy when you come into a sale. And I teach through the entire sale. I think people that have not caught a live sale, or maybe they say, oh, I'm not interested when she sells, but I'll watch her live because she talks about the pieces. I actually talk more in the sale. Well, that's a really good reason. If you're working, honey, we all have to work. Now, let me grab my tape measure on these. So, okay, there was the one piece that got canceled. Then another piece, I bought a large 5 to 7 carat. You know, they never tell you exactly how big it is. You have to wait till you get it home and then measure it. If you're lucky, they might tell you the approximate carat weight. But 5 to 7 carat round, big cup set aquamarine. The ring was dirty. It was an 18 karat and it was dirty at auction, which, you know, a lot of the jewelry is when you buy it. So I couldn't see if it had the watery reflection of an aquamarine. The color looked right. I got it home. I was using the UV light. Oh, come on, motorcycle. I was using the UV light to do the new uranium glass that I got in. When you know, it started to glow. It was a synthetic spinel. I didn't pay for a synthetic spinel. I paid for a large Art Deco aquamarine ring. So that went right back. Oh God, it just was like never ending. Oh, Saturdays, honey, I never have a sale on Saturdays. I only have sales on Friday and Sundays usually. And this week it'll just be a Sunday. On this one, I'm gonna start let's just skip past the negatives and accentuate the positive. And I'll show you the beautiful jewelry that I have here for you this week. And hopefully you'll love it. Suffice to say that there were like quite a few auctions. I was really upset. It is, I mean, I don't often get disappointed. I have a very good eye. Hi, Deborah. But when they give you, you know, one caca picture and you're supposed to discern, you know, is this ring worth, you know, nearly £1,000, or is it a synthetic spinel? And until you get it home and you clean it, you really can't tell. Because of synthetic spinel and an aqua are very close, especially if it's a very deep stone. And they both can look flawless. But as soon as I got it home, I saw a tiny scratch on top. And if you ever see scratches on an aquamarine, it's probably not an aquamarine. They don't scratch easily. So if you ever, there's a lot of ways to determine it, but as soon as I got it and I cleaned it, and then especially when I saw it underneath the UV, nope. They were very accepting. I deal with them a lot. Just send it back, not a problem. I said, hey, but there's another piece, and that's another story. We're not, like I said, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just show you the wonderful things that I do have here. Hi, Ramel. How are you, honey? First off, I have 2 Victorian necklaces. I don't know how that snuck onto there. I think maybe that Art Deco, it's that 9-karat gold Art Deco glass. It is gorgeous, but not new. I'm going to show you the new things first, and then I'll tell you about this week's sale. So we know from this, the thumb clasp, you know, the drawback, huge bolt. This is Victorian faceted amber on sterling silver links. Not pressed, not poly, not fortified. It's Baltic amber. Let me grab my torch. I'm going to need that anyway, my UV torch. Because there is quite a bit of, well, not a ton of uranium glass, but there is some uranium glass. This is 18 inches long. Plus, you know, with a spring ring, we can always put an extender on it. Graduated. Usually, amber of this age is dry. This is not dry. Someone kept it well. So, Victorian amber. Now these are probably Art Deco. They've got another large bolt. But this one is spring. That's a spring ring. They're graduated as well in a double. Of course, these are double faceted antique amethyst. On sterling. Yep. These, I want to say they're like 18 and 19 without an extender. Very pretty. Then this piece, these are amethyst and cut and fancy cut rock crystal quartz. had that on there because they look gorgeous together. Nothing beats the heat of gemstones on your skin. Rock crystal quartz stays the coldest, but all gemstones are cold. All pearls are cool. Even jade stays cool. Cooler than your body temperature. It does look beautiful together. I mean, not hopefully not an accident. I hope I know what I'm doing. Now, this one needs fasten, but I actually have these. This is a sterling silver box clasp. These are crystal, and that is like foil, like moon glowed glass in between. I mean, if you really want to go for layers, you could really layer it up. So that's amethyst and rock crystal, and this I'm assuming is Czech crystal because that's like Czech and double faceted. Czech moon glow, purple moon glow between the crystal. I think very pretty. No, I know you are, honey. Don't worry. Should I show you glass first, or should I show you the tray first? What do you want to see? What would you guys like to see? There's a lot of new glass. Well, new antique glass. And then there's a tray of silver and gold items. Then there's the tray. And then I'm going to make a little announcement of what tomorrow's sale is actually going to be. The new stuff. You want to see the glass? Ellen votes the glass. Because Ellen loves glass. And I don't blame her. I love glass too. That would be my pick. But some people are like, no, I want to get right to the meat. Show me the gold. Show me the silver. Me, I love glass. Now, most of these are sterling class because, you know, where glass might be considered costume jewelry today, it's really not when it's antique. So April go right for the meat. I know April. She's like, yeah, I love the glass, but show me what you got. There's not that much glass, and I'll show it quickly. I love this color. And I'm a junkie for double faceted crystal. This cornflower, periwinkle. One of my favorites. Absolute favorites. Now, all of these are deco. Just fancy drops. Tiny bit deeper. But this one's at least balanced. Or is it? No, it is. Yeah, that's balanced. Two gorgeous pieces there. Might as well just go through the colors quickly. Do all of the blue. Okay. I love when things tangle. Not really. being facetious. I don't love when they tangle. Which happens more often than not with glass. Alright, there's an Art Deco on roll gold. Hi, Nicola. And that's blue Peking. Just a pretty. I mean, not going to be expensive. It's a nice foray into antique glass. Now, what I like with that, or any of those blue pieces, is this gorgeous blue end of day. Pretty, pretty. Now, last sale I had Bristol. Bristol end of day. This sale, now listen, somebody's going to be offended by this, and I don't mean it in an offensive way. There are a lot of people who are very talented in crafting, and they will take antique pieces and mix them with vintage and new pieces. It's not my favorite when people do that, to be honest with you, because then it confuses people who don't know what they're looking at. Now, this was probably, because it's a big lobster claw, it was probably done in the 70s. But it's Aurora Borealis. And these are Bristol blue crystals. So someone took, because they stopped producing them in the 1920s. Someone took Bristol blue and put it with, mid-century Aurora Borealis. Now, this is an antique, we've seen antique iridescent glass. This is an antique. It's mid-century. But this is Bristol blue glass. I mean, I have the dilemma. Do I tear it apart and make it correct? Put it with either rock crystal or, crystal beads and put an antique clasp on it? Or do I sell it as is? It's nice and long. That is the dilemma. If you love that color of Bristol and you love Aurora Borealis, then maybe, you'd want it the way it is. I want to tear it apart. So I should probably sell it quick so it doesn't bother me so much. Yeah, that's how deep that is. Can these beautifully, can these people make these beautiful pieces from, mixing eras? Of course they can. It's just not my thing, though. When I put things back together, or when I redesign a piece to fit someone, at a more modern length, I try to make it as historically correct as I could. Yeah, see, I'm of that mind, Ellen. I really am. Of taking it apart and just making it historically correct. But that's me. Now, back in the day, to be honest with you, it probably had, why they probably took it apart, They would always string it with glass pearls. You know, the painted glass pearls. I have a long one. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a flapper era. But the pearls are trashed. They're glass pearls and all the paint's off of them. It's sat to one side, and one day I'll get to it and I'll put real pearls between them. So that's that dilemma. But these are Bristol blue. And they're absolutely gorgeous. And there's very, very minimal wear on them. Normally you find them with a great deal of wear because the facets are rock cut. They're pretty sharp. So quite often they've got, you know, they've sustained a bit of wear. Okay, pink, red, or green? I guess pink, huh? Everybody loves pink. And we're going to do antique pink, which you don't find a lot of like girly pink and antique pink. You find more salmon pink. These are Chinese and they're called pumpkins. I think looking at them, you know why. They're satin glass. And it's an antique strand. With the spring ring so we can extend it easy. I love being able just to put an extender on them because it really doesn't hurt the integrity of the piece. Yeah, they're pumpkins. Pumpkins or gourds or squash. Oh. This, a lot of you'll recognize that's uranium. And this is French. It's a French beryl. It's not a Rousselet, but it is a French beryl. Then I got this strand that I think matches the center of April's uranium brooch. It's a very long flapper piece. It's that salmony uranium. Hi, Colleen. And then this one is on a spring ring and a 9-karat gold clasp. And this is rhubarb and custard satin glass uranium. So all of these are uranium. All of them are from about the same time period. They would just be from different countries. These two are Czech. That one is French. And this one is Chinese. So hopefully that helps you identify them a little bit better. And maybe if you fall in love with some of these colors, because I hate to say it, but we're in the middle of July. It's before you bat your eyelashes, it's going to be autumn. So after I show you the trays and things, I'll have a dig and a root around for whatever I do with my torch, my UV torch, and we'll light the uranium up. I'll put them in one pile. The pumpkins don't light up. All the other pieces are uranium though. Okay, if we go from the salmony pink, we might as well do the little bit of light pink that I do have here. Quite pretty though. I have some Atlas glass, rhubarb. You know, the looks like selenite, but in baby pink. And pale crystals. Let me go with white paper. So you can see what a pale baby pink it is. So you have Czech fire polish crystals, and then the atlas or rhubarb. Gosh, every loud vehicle. With a spring ring clasp, so it can be extended. That's going to be an 18 as well. And if you know me, you know I love foil glass, and I love opal foil glass. But if you know what it is, you know it's very expensive, and most people don't want to spend $300 or $400 on a strand of it. So I was able to source some of the opal foil glass on roll gold, which looks absolutely gorgeous with that. And then, what did I get my hands on? The opalite, the magic opalite, the one that glows gold. On a spring ring, so it can be extended. Now that you need to see on white paper, because just to see how it glows. And it does, when it's on you and you're in any light source, it glows. You've got like a golden halo around your neck. And I could literally tell, I don't think I've had 10 of these ever. Hi, Kim Kim. My small packages, you guys will ship on Monday. I had just about everyone packed and shipped and ready to go, and I ran out of smaller envelopes. And I didn't want to put a small tin in an envelope, you know, a huge envelope. So you'll go Monday. Oh, pink. I forgot pink. I've got a little bit more pink. Check. But we can do this with the green. Oh, and I forgot a pretty blue one. Oh, lordy. Yeah, this should have been with the blue. It's that same cornflower periwinkle with the uranium flowers and the fancy links. And it can be extended because it's on a spring ring. Hi, Mert. How are you? Mert, you know, I took you today to post you, honey. I have to email you. You didn't give me, I'll email you. You need to give me I need a 5-digit postcode. I swear you gave me everything else, but not a 5-digit postcode. Yeah, it's Czech, Kim. That's why you love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, me personally, I would wear, you know, like that. I'm not happy enough to wear just one. I want something to complement it. Maybe 3 somethings. You know, I'd probably put a pair, you know, that pretty end of blue, a long one with it. But when I wear glass, I like to layer it. But that's my preference. But historically, that's how it would have been worn. I mean, you can wear it delicately and just wear one piece. You don't have to put it all on. But if you have it, wear it. Now, when you will find pink in antique pieces, this is another shade that you'll find. It's more of like a raspberry. It's really pretty. So, with that, honestly, I would put this. These are check. They're satin and they're spun and it's lamp work. Oh, and foiled. The fancy stations, probably Edwardian. With the pendulum and the fancy stations. Definitely check. It's lamp work, honey. Yeah, applied glass. Oh, and this is uranium. So you can make them work together. Uh-oh, there's the husband with the sign with the allergies again. God bless him. I can't wait for the end of July because that'll be over with. Okay, now this one isn't uranium. But it is beautiful. And it's an Art Deco double, these cubes. You could layer them to wear it all together. Or take the pink off. Although I like the pink with it. And just make that a different length so you could wear it together. They're lightweight, so it's not like wearing a, you know, big heavy glass on your neck, and it's so pretty. This one is camphor glass and uranium. And another one that was handmade on gold wire, on rolled gold wire. And I like how that one is made. And that's the Austrian color. So that's camphor. You know, it's been treated with camphor vapors to make it look cloudy. And then these are uranium. That's probably late Edwardian, early Art Deco with the pendulum design. Copper antiques? I have copper in my house. Yes, I do, honey. I have copper pots and copper utensils. Yeah, I like copper. I love it because it's warm looking. Mert, you don't have to get me anything. I swear to you. I promise you. Let's see. I feel like I'm dragging. I don't know. These are vintage, not antique, post 1930. Millefiori. Love them because you can put them with anything. Kind of like a patchwork quilt. They work with anything you got on. Now, this is red. Czech fire polished crystal. Art Deco. Long, and of course, look at it. It's cadmium. It lights up like a flame. A big, long, ruby red cadmium flapper necklace. I do love red. You will sleep. Trust me. Mert, I have so much. I am blessed, honestly. I should have that on the longer bust. But you'll see what I have on the longer bust in a minute. And I'm going to get through these a little bit quicker. Now, this one I love. It's antique, and it's just a multi. It's sort of a take on a harlequin. They're just little funny, fancy shapes and all different colors and beaded with wire and an antique clasp. And it's a harlequin. Yeah, the red is stunning. Now, I do have a lot of, Kim, I don't know if you saw, I have a ton of crystal, long crystal. Oh my God, the crystal I have crystal, I have some Baltic red amber, cherry amber. This is cherry amber. These are they're silly money right now. Baltic cherry amber is silly, silly money. Like the short ones I had, Kim, but they're long, they're flapper length. I know you love red, but look, these are super long and graduated. You can double these. Hey, Ashley. How are you, girl? Okay, red, more red. Yeah, you'll see there's a lot of glass. But I've got away from glass and I love glass. Okay, this is almost like a brick color. A brick red. Which looks very lovely when you have a tan, which I have a little bit of a tan now. Love this. Crystal, Prystal. Now, these are definitely antique. There are a couple beads that have been compromised, but I don't really want to take them off of the strand because it's a flapper length. This is Art Deco. And take a good screenshot and find this colorway. Because you won't. That red, yellow, and blue. And it's a big, long flapper piece. Italian Millefiori. A couple crystal necklaces. Sucker for double facets. And I'd say the rarest of the glass, and those who know will know. There's Niger in the green. Niger in the blue. It's all satin. Except for these that are the yellow. That are Vaseline. Niger and yellow Vaseline. With the gold mercury glass beads in between. So yellow Niger, yellow Vaseline. Blue satin and green satin. And yeah, I think that's it for new glass. Now, you know, we could be here 3 days if I'm going to show you all my glass. So we don't want to be here 3 days. not today, because we have a sale tomorrow. So yeah, I will have some crystal. I will bring some crystal. There's a ton of glass, as you saw. I mean, let me just, you know, you can't really tell. I hate this because you can't see, but you know, there's a mountain of glass and crystal, and if anyone wants more rock crystal, just ask, because there's an entire drawer full. If there's something you want in rock crystal and you don't see it, just ask. Rock crystal quartz. Because it's here. Now, alright, I think that's the glass. Now, do I show you the specialty piece, or do I show you what I've collected as far as fine metal goes? I will show you the specialty because it's only one piece. Well, actually two. What's Mert saying? Rick quartz? I don't know Rick. I'm sure he's nice. Just rock, honey. It's rock crystal quartz. It's clear. The finest examples of it are crystal clear, and that's why they call it rock crystal quartz. Now, you can call something rock cut crystal, but that's a whole different thing. That's the way the facets are cut on the crystal. They're sharp enough to cut glass. But to confuse you even more, a lot of times rock crystal quartz is cut with rock crystal cuts. Yeah, don't take me there. Okay. Now, this is a specialty piece. If it sells on the channel, that'll be fine by me. I can always tell it by the weight, Kim, and how cold it is. And quite honestly, by looking at it, I can look at the different crystal, and I've seen so much crystal, I can almost tell you with certainty which country it came from. Regular lead crystal. That rock crystal quartz, I can tell it by sight. It just has a certain quality of white to it. It's all clear, but it just has a certain quality to it that leaded crystal doesn't have. But it's always wise just to buy yourself a cheap diamond tester. Oh, it's a lot heavier. A lot heavier. If you get yourself two necklaces that are identical in style and you put them in either hand, you'll definitely see it. You can have water in just about any gemstone. I've seen water trapped in tons of gemstone, and opal is actually prismatic. It's water that's trapped in silica, which is just sand. Okay. Oh, absolutely. Now, the specialty piece, like I said, if it sells here, okay, cool. If it doesn't, then, you know, I've got a couple places I can list it. And I would probably list it on eBay because it'll probably sell in the States first. It's Zuni, it's sterling, it's Fred Harvey era. And if you know anything about turquoise, that means it's usually 1920s or 1930s. The earrings, and it's definitely a ladies piece. Now, these are the earrings. And you see the squash blossom. And you see the petty point. So the petty point, you know it's Zuni. The squash blossom, you know it's going to be a squash blossom necklace. And they're on sterling silver, marked sterling silver screwback earrings. So I'll show you why I think it's Fred Harvey era and not a more modern, like mass-produced one. Even though they still do this design today. So you know this is like the longest bust I have. And that's stretched all the way out. It's a double beaded, and all of these are handmade bench beads. They're all petty point, squash blossoms. Then, of course, it comes down into the focal point. There's your hook clasp. They're all bench beads. Now, if it was a modern piece, it would be stamped by the artist. This is just etched in. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. URZR. And then there's like a plus mark. I've had it XRF'd. It is fine silver. It's not coin silver, like a lot of them are. It's clean, but you never over clean them. You want that bit of tarnish to them. Of course, it's on metal. It's on sterling wire. Every single one of them is perfect. I'll weigh it for you. Kim, I bought that at auction, honey. I tell you all that I get better quality turquoise and sterling here than you do in the States, because what happens, wealthy Brits go to the States on holiday. It's 26 inches long, well, 13-inch drop, so 26 inches long to the pendant. And then with the pendant, that makes it another, the pendant's another 2 inches. So 13-inch drop, and then you've got another 2 inches with the petty point horseshoe pendant. Oh, let me get my scale out. It's heavy. She's not lightweight at all. Oh, what the heck? Here it is. And we'll just weigh the necklace, not the earrings. Because I want, you know, of course they're going to be included, but think it's 70 some grams, which is about what the standard one is. Oh gosh, no, it's heck a lot heavier than that. It is 104 grams exactly. No, I honestly find nicer turquoise here because wealthy people travel and buy it up. And then, unfortunately, they pass away and it goes to estate. It goes to, to an estate sale, to auction. So, yeah, I think that's either 20s or 30s. It's not a mass-produced piece. At 104 grams is actually a good deal heavier than most of them that you're going to find in the States. They're around 70, to be honest. If you want it. I mean, you can take a good screenshot of it and research it. It's going to be a lot less here on the channel than if I list it. And just around half of what you'd pay retail. I have, Yvonne gifted me my favorite. I mean, if I had to keep it until I sell it, I'm not going to cry. Will I wear it? Absolutely. Because it's beautiful. Now, I've got some rings to show you all, so I guess I'll take my ring off. But that's the big, I would say that's the whopper. Well, not really just the only whopper sterling piece. I don't like to do things by halves. When I show you beautiful things, I like to show you a lot of beautiful things. So, I don't know about if all of you like sterling silver picture frames. Now, when I had an antique shop, a Victorian antique shop in the late 80s, early 90s, I had quite a few of them. And then Hope's father, my ex-husband, and I split. And he took a lot of my sterling frames. And after that, I didn't really want them for a while. Bad experience. But anyway, I found this one. I want you to screenshot it. And it has the original glass, the original fabric. And the only thing it's missing is the little easel bit in the back. And those can be easily replaced. The tab is still there. It just needs 4 little tacks and, the easel bit and a piece of fabric. So it'll stand up as an easel, or you can hang it. It's solid. If you want me to weigh the frame separately, I will. It's also hallmarked fully for 1921, London, 1921. In case you want to see that. Has the manufacturer and the date. And here's the gorgeous frame. Roses, ribbons, and bows. Now, a lot of the time, if I have a christening present or a wedding present, I will buy these, usually smaller ones. This one's quite large. And I'll gift it when I know like someone loves antiques or vintage and they have a new baby or getting married but that's the original company. The original fabric and the original padding. I'll tell you, the glass. I've had this apart to clean it, of course. But the glass is literally as thick as window glass. It's not like modern the frame is very heavy. And because the glass is thicker, I'm sure it's heavy too. But it's very well made. You can tell there are a couple little, like, no heavy doinks. You know, if it was a cheap, tinny frame, it would be beat to filth. The comps that I've got on this one, retail, they're between like 250 and 400 pounds. That's a whole lot of money. This one, of course, will be a lot less. But I think it's quite gorgeous. If you like things like that, if you're a girly girl. I still have a couple sterling dresser sets here. I'm gonna show those tomorrow, and if they don't sell, then I'll list them. They've been here in boxes. I have 2 on my dresser. I don't need 2 more. I think, do I have 2? Or I might even have 3 to sell. Who knows? Let's see. So let me move this. This is very heavy. I would almost, well, I'm sure that's why the easel broke, because the thing is so darn heavy. You'd have to have a really sturdy one. Okay. Well, I've had this book chain, the silver book chain, for probably a month, waiting for the right locket, waiting for the dealer to send me the right locket for it. I had an age-appropriate one on it, but I didn't have the original one. Well, now I have the original one. Uh-oh, what was that? Luckily, it dropped in the box in front of me. There was a brooch attached to it. Oh, mama. Okay, now it's complete. Now it's original. It's that big, linked. This is a proper book chain. It's all etched. It's all patterned. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's long, and this is the appropriate locket. And this one is dated for, I want to say 1887. I've got the date written down somewhere. Quite pretty. Okay, shall we do the old stuff, new stuff? Well, I do have, is there two newer pieces on here? Shall I show you those first? Now, do you remember the ingots that I had and everybody went crazy over the sterling silver ingots? I got my hands on a rare bracelet. Queen's coronation year. Or Queen's, not her coronation year, her coronation, her 25th anniversary. Fine one. Because like an ingot, they're $9.99. You won't find them. Should I just bring the tray over and then I can show you and explain, or should I show? No, I'll show you one piece at a time. Why not? Or just maybe a couple of them that are similar. Although they haven't been as popular as they once were, because a lot of people have them, actually. But there are new people, and these designs are always popular. I love a wheat chain because it's the most comfortable thing on the planet. This is a wheat chain Albertina with a flexible middle. And tassel. I think it's very pretty Albertina. This Albertina, or these are always popular. The acorns. It's an acorn Albertina. I'm sure I've shown you this before, but I put it on the tray because I'll have a lot out on the tray. That little Georgian, the tiny expensive Georgian vinaigrette. I must have put some other stuff on here that's been here. I'll be careful not to show you repeats. Let's see. This one's Victorian. It's sterling and gold, and I just got it in, just cleaned it. It does need 2 marcasites in the ring. They're Scottish. They're chalcedony. It's a brooch, and it's all in sterling, but the ring is in gold and in sterling. And it reminds me of the skies of Scotland because it's that pale blue-gray. It's a really pretty ring and brooch. I will put the marcasites in it tomorrow morning. Let's see, brooches. Let me show you a bunch of them at once. Some Georgian. I'll show you arrows. 2 Georgian moonstone and garnet, 9 carat. Georgian garnet, 14 carat, which means, or 15 carat, not 14 carat. All 4, gold backed Georgian. 15 carat and 9 carat. Moonstones and garnets. Both are gorgeous. Well, I might as well put it down, right? Hi, Cindy. Yeah, it reminds me, it's that pale blue-gray. It reminds me of the skies in Scotland. When you see it looks gray on my hand, but when you see it down on the glass, it's a blue-gray. Do I have it zoomed in? Why is it doing that? Yeah. There you go. On my hand, it looks gray. When it's on the dark glass, it actually looks blue-gray. Let's see. 2 Victorian. 15 carat and then sterling. Crescents. 15 carat natural seed pearls. And then the flat Victorian. You can tell they're Victorian because they're flat, but they're faceted on the edge. They have the demi-lune crescent. And then, the thumbnail. So those are 2 different styles of crescent. But both Victorian. I have some Victorian Scottish. In the gorgeous gray. Now, I haven't been showing a lot of Scottish lately because I'm going to show you the 2 padlocks for the bracelets that aren't here yet, but I have the padlocks. So this will give you an idea of what the bracelets will look like. They're both engraved. They're both Victorian. I do a lot of the Scottish like in the spring and the autumn and in the winter. Not so much in the summer because it's not really a summery design in my mind. Can you wear them in the summer? Absolutely. But to me, they're just more wintry pieces. Now, those I won't be selling because they're going to have a bracelet going with them. But this one, the vintage owl, I will be selling him. He's got glass eyes and he's backed with a red agate. I've had them before. Let's see. Oh, something I don't normally get. Irish silver. And I've got 3 really, what I think, pretty gorgeous pieces of it. This is another one I've got to replace the marcasites in tomorrow. And they're all hallmarked Irish. So I have an Irish 3-leaf clover in 2 styles. And in a ring. And it's not a tiny ring either. Yeah, it's Irish Connemara marble. That's the ring. I mean, not a tiny size, and that's actually loose on me, so it's probably a size 8 already. And it does need marcasite set into the shamrock, but I'll set those tomorrow morning. I use a special stone to set, or special epoxy to set the stone. Now, these are both Art Deco, and they're Connemara. Irish marble. And let's see, I got some new critters. Now, I have another one that's gold like this, and I haven't been able to find the darn thing. These are sterling. Now, this is Edwardian and, of course, moonstone. This little tiny brooch retails cuckoo money. But, you know, anything moonstone is retailing cuckoo money these days. And I have this pretty little moth or butterfly that is in crystal opal. Of course, natural opal. Let me show you the close-up of the and the blue schiller on the Edwardian moonstone. Hi, Terry. Okay, let's see. This would have been a fob. And I want to say 1897 on this. A horseshoe, good luck horseshoe, sterling silver fob. Would have probably hung on the end of a gentleman's pocket watch. You could put a little pill or a little snuff, powder snuff, or whatever in it. That's what that would have been used for. This one, I don't know what I did with when I wrote down the date. This is sterling, and it's not sterling. It's actually called Britannia silver. Now, in the 1600s, to deter people from chopping up coins, they changed the silver to, what the heck is this? 958. Or yeah, 958. This is a religious coin. It's sterling, but it's been silver gilt, but it's from the 1700s. It's completely hallmark from the 1700s. So we don't often get 1736, I want to say off the top of my head. We don't quite often, we don't get too many pieces from the 1700s. Hi, Silver Girl. Okay, one of the last new pieces. This is rose gold. It's Victorian. It's got the barrel clasp, the original chain, and a little Victorian, kind of heavy locket. It's rose gold, but XRF, it's not even 7 carat. So, full disclosure, I do have everything XRF'd. But they weren't as strict as on gold back then as they are now, you know. If you had it made by a jeweler, you could get away with a lot more. And they still do. Bob still makes pieces that he doesn't send to Birmingham to get hallmarked. When he makes up pieces for people, he doesn't always send them away to get hallmarked. If they're a personal piece, if he's made it, a lot of times he will stamp it, but he won't get the assay marks from Birmingham. Because he melted the gold, he knows what's in it. Okay, now this piece, saying that, it is on a big, long antique chain. And I imagine it's because this thing is heavy. The chain is sterling gilt. It is not, the locket is low carat gold. The chain is got nearly a 15-inch drop. 14.5 inches. So, yeah, antique. You know, off length. So what's that make it? 28 and 20. The chain's 29 inches long. So I'm going to take it off. I'll show it to you together. Now, the locket is low carat gold. Wherever they touch it with the XRF gun, some places it was 5, some places it was 6, some places it was 7. This is from Scotland. It's the Scottish crown. Normally you find the crown and heart. This one is the crown with an A. I think it's the heaviest locket I've ever had. Thank God it's only a low carat gold, because if it was solid 18 or something, it would be astronomical. Oh, here's the interior. So the locket itself. So I'm pricing it on the piece and what I paid for it. The locket itself is 34 grams. Just the locket. With the chain, it's 55.5 grams. This is a massive Victorian locket. This is massive. This makes this look dwarfed. So that'll give you an idea of the size. And no bumps, no lumps, no, that's how solid it is. It's a chunk. So that's low carat gold. This is sterling gilt. Both are antique pieces. And oh, I didn't show you one last thing. Do you all remember the gorgeous Scottish ring that had the blue spinel, natural blue spinel? Or no, blue zircon, not spinel. I got matching large blue zircon earrings. Now, zircon has to be one of my favorite gemstones because it has the definity of a diamond, but the price of a zircon. Zircons aren't cheap, but they're a lot cheaper than a blue diamond. I'm going to show you, I told you that I would sell these after I got them XRF'd. I did the emeralds and diamonds, that set, and I found the pendant. So I know I had a few people interested in it. It's Art Deco. Here's the ring. These are the earrings, and that is the pendant. They're diamonds and emeralds and 9 carat. Look like 18. And this is another, these were all handmade. They were not hallmarked. But so they had to be XRF'd. They've got screwbacks. The earrings are screwbacks. So they're delicate, they're pretty, they're 9 carat. It looks like 18, and they're diamonds and emeralds. And they're nice diamonds and emeralds. They're not, and it's not caca. Decent size. But definitely, I mean, let me zoom back out so you can see it in my hand. Definitely more delicate. I mean, I wear big, you know what I wear. I wear big honkin' pieces, not little tiny, because I have big hands, so I can't wear little delicate pieces. I wish I could. I really do. They're really nice diamonds. And they're a darker, some people love light, bright emeralds. I'm one of them. Some people like the darker Zambian emeralds, which I think those are. It all depends on what color emerald you like. I bought the set because it was pretty and it was an entire set. And very, very seldom will you get an entire set of deco jewelry, earrings, a necklace, and the ring. So I thought that it was rare, so of course I had to buy it. Rather than pull the tray up, I'm just going to show you some of the new pieces that are on it. Not a ton. There's some of the glass will be on it, you know, the end of day. Some of the glass that is on rolled gold, the crystal, you know, the glass that's not really, it's going to be around $50, you know, will be on the tray. I did get some gorgeous brooches. I will show you those. I did get a very, which I think is very cool set. It's Art Deco. Late Edwardian from the style of the hat. And this is just a dresser like trinket. And it's made of Bakelite. And you could change the picture, but why would you? She's adorable. And there's a matching brooch. I'm sure it's a sweetheart piece. I'm sure it sat on some man's desk. Because it's a young, pretty girl. And I love when they would watercolor tint the photos. I just thought it was so pretty and cool. I love little things like that to sit on my desk or my dresser or my nightstand. I don't know. I like my little bits. So let me show you some of the brooches. Because we know I'm a brooch and a bracelet person. All of these are 1930s. Which is one of my favorite eras. No, I swore blind there's another. Oh, here it is. Yeah, sorry about the Wild Kingdom outside. But it is where I live. On a really quiet day, I tell all of you I can hear the zoo. So all of these are 1930s. They're all what they call cold painted. Well, most of them are cold painted. These are daisies. Of course, that's a huge one. That one. Then I love these. They look like carnations and irises. You double tape the video? Oh, double tap. Oh, okay. Hi, HC. These are pressed. And not Aurora Borealis, as you can tell. It's the original, like, carnival glass. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous. These are shell. And I think they're pretty. Little shell and pearls. These ones are like painted with that glass paint. The Ballatini, they call it. It's got little tiny glass beads in the paint. I love the 1930s and 40s for brooches. I just think they're pretty. Oh, this one's different to the other one. That's the other one. That's this one. But I love them both. Same era. Uh, I love a good gemstone brooch, or, open back rhinestones. They're not really rhinestones when they're open back. They're rhinestones when the back is foiled. So these are open back crystals. So that's the back of the piece. Now wait for the front. Boom. Just one of the most gorgeous Art Deco open back brooches I've seen in a long time. Hey, April, the A was a while ago, babe. April just saw it. Okay, and these three are purple. And they're all, of course, coal painted. So, violets with the iridescent, a violet ring, and then the little lavender blossoms. They're all 1930s. And every single one of them is in gorgeous, gorgeous condition. There's a little tiny bit of pitting on this one on the gold, but that doesn't bother me because it's an antique piece. It shouldn't, it doesn't bother me that there's a tiny bit of pitting on it. If I wanted it to look, I mean, these honestly look brand new. They're 1930s, but it's like real estate. Condition, 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 Oh, I didn't show you rings. I was going to get ready to go, and I haven't shown you the new rings yet, have I? I told you about my disappointment with the other rings, but I did get some pretty rings. I did buy some pretty new rings. I showed you the silver ones, so let me show you the gold ones. And that'll wrap us up. So the first gold I'm going to show you is an 18 karat gold. It's covered in diamonds. It's a big plaque ring, and it's got a large ruby in the center. A plaque ring, up finger ring. I don't know what else they call them. Shield ring. I have 3 or 4 of them on my own. I love I love big rings. I love big rings, and I cannot lie. It's all mill grain set. You're not going to miss it on your hand. Certainly. That one's 18 karat, and what does it weigh? 6.7 grams. But it's a lot of gold. It's a lot of ring. But, if you're going to go, my daddy always said, if you're going to go big or go home. Now, I had a client ask me about color change sapphires, which I haven't had one in a very long time. And they asked me for a round. And Bob has a round, but I just got done telling you, you don't have to sell a kidney. It's not going to be that much. It's not in the thousands like they are normally because they're small diamonds. Now, normally they'll have, diamonds and gemstones the size of the center. So I buy big, but you know, you don't have to sell the farm or a kidney to buy it. So my client needs a round, and in rose gold preferably. But I was at auction, and these are actually becoming more and more scarce. The color change sapphires, you don't find them that often anymore. So if you're gonna go big or go home. I bought a big oval. Bob has a big round, and when I see Bob, I'll get the big round from him. But right now I have a big oval. So a lot of people like mistakenly call them simulated alexandrite. They're not simulated alexandrite. They're vanadium and heat enhanced sapphires. And that's a piece of the rock. I haven't measured it yet. I'll tell you the carat weight on it tomorrow, you know, the approximate carat weight. But it's definitely a piece of the rock. I'm not going to shove it down on my hand, but I think it's a 7 at the moment. Let me 7 1/4, and I take a 7 3/4. I could push it down, but yeah, but they are becoming increasingly harder to get your hands on them. I used to, at one point in time, I used to find a ton of them. And now I struggled to find this one, and then Bob has one. And they're the only two that I have seen since I've been looking for about a month. But yeah, two new rings, well, and the emerald and diamond. HC, I know you like that set. I did get it XRF, honey. It's 9 carat. It looks like 18. Remember I said it wasn't hallmarked because it was handmade. It's a deco set. This one, it's 9 carat diamonds and emeralds. And I did find the pendant. And if someone buys I want to sell the entire set. I don't want to break them up. I will give you a gold chain for the pendant. Yeah, it's not 18, honey. It's 9, and I wouldn't ever try to like tell you different. It's probably someone probably had it made and then had it gilt to make it look like it was more expensive than what it was. That's why it looks like 18, because they had a gilt, 9 gilts and 18. But, you know, that's why I get it XRF to find out. So, if you missed anything, of course, there's still a ton of gold jewelry here. I just saw a new one listed like this on eBay. It's actually less weight, less inches. This is 18 inches long. The one on eBay is 13 inches long, and they want 2,500 pounds, which is about $3,700. And this one's just over 2,000. And it's over 48 grams. 8 grams of rose gold. All Victorian, every link is hallmarked. I mean, that's just the biggest piece, you know. Huh? Go big or go home. Oh, okay, now that I have some of you in here, some of my lovelies, and I'm sure new people as well, Tomorrow, I showed you the new pieces that I'll have there. Now, if you've seen a piece and I've given a price, tomorrow only. Now, this is because things that I have in stock, I'm getting ready to clear, do a clean house because I'm going to go spend a month with my kids. And I don't want all this jewelry sitting here. I can always buy new. Tomorrow only. It does not apply to gold. I can't sell gold at less than scrap. And I can't sell antique gold at less than scrap. That's no. But if you've seen something and I gave a price on it, it will be for tomorrow. It'll be 20% off of the price that I quoted you. So if it's here and it's been in stock and I gave you a price, it'll be 20% less tomorrow. Because I hate to list, number one. Because if I list it, it'll be a lot more. But if I sell it here, and you know I only mark my pieces up, some of them 20, so yeah, can't do them less than break even. So that's for my clients. And if you're new here and you want to become a client, then you need to email me and register for a sale with your information and your PayPal information. Well, guys, I'm going to get my backside to bed since it's 11:17 because I have a feeling it's going to be a long sale tomorrow. And for the sale, we'll be back to horizontal. I won't do the sales vertical. So you'll get to see the full desk, better pictures. Trish, we're just getting ready to leave. But I need to message you and the people that I shipped out today and give you your tracking. I need to talk to Deb, but probably the same time as usual, 12 Pacific Standard and 3 p.m. Eastern. No. It's okay, honey. It's just a live. It's just a haul. You can watch it back. I know, Jeanette. I know, honey. But hey, how often do you get to see all your family? I'll have more Irish Connemara marble. I'll have more Niger. Don't worry. I love you all. Thank you for coming in. And if you're new here, why not consider subscribing and coming onto the channel and checking out a sale? Because like I said, it's not just a sale. I educate you the entire time. There's quite a bit. You'll see. The next sale, I had a lot of big gold pieces that didn't come in, didn't make it for this one. So they'll be in the next one. That's all. We still have a lot of beautiful things for tomorrow. And if you want gold, honey, I have literally 2 pounds of it here. You tell me what you want and I'll find it for you. I love you all. Take care. Thank you for coming in. See you all soon.